Hello my loves. So today I'm coming to you guys with a very different video than what I usually do. As you can see from the title, I thought that I would tell you guys about my life in Germany and the things I've encountered and just a whole bunch of different things. So I hope that this video is not too long. I just thought it'll be something interesting for some people to know, or you know, just something different. So I actually made a couple questions for myself so that I can remember, and I thought that I'll just go off of that. Okay, so basically, where do I live? I live in Vilseck, Germany, which is, I guess I would say, about 4 hours away from Frankfurt. I think 4 or 5 hours. I've only been in Frankfurt like 2 or 3 times, and I honestly can't remember because that was when I first got here. What do I do? I am in the Army, of course, and I am supply. That's what I do here. And I actually work in an artillery unit, so yes, artillery. Raise hell. How long have I been in Germany? I have been in Germany for 3 years and 4 months so far. Yes, 3 years and 4 months so far. Which I'm actually getting ready to leave, so yeah. What do I like about Germany? Guys, if I'm all over the place, I'm sorry. I only wrote down questions, so this is really thinking off the top of my head, no script. But what do I like about Germany? One thing that I do like about Germany is the fact that when the sun is out and when the weather is nice, Germany can be such a beautiful place. Like, honestly, it's very beautiful here when it wants to be. Another thing is that Germany, they recycle. So everything is just so clean. Like, you smell the air in the States and then smell the air here. It's just like, I know it sounds weird, but like really, like you could tell a big difference here. Like, they recycle, they're so earth friendly, which is a great thing. What else do I like about here? Some of their dishes, which is pretty amazing, which I really do like. I think it's their bratwurst, their currywurst, their schnitzels. One amazing restaurant that I rave about all the time is in Amberg. It's another city which is about 20 minutes from here. This guy's like French. His name is Frenchie, and he makes these steaks like on an open flame right in front of you, and he like gets his meat imported. It's amazing. If you ever come to Germany, go to Frenchie's. He's awesome. Another thing, I have to say it. Their beer, their wine, it is freaking amazing. Like, one of their beers is like 2 or 3 of our Bud Lights, and theirs tastes so much better. And something called Cola Weizen. Another thing, if you come here, try the Cola Weizen. It is Coca-Cola mixed with, I guess you can mix it with wheat beer. They have all different types of beers. You can mix it and it tastes so good, and it sneaks up on you. I'm telling you that right now. If you really think you could down some beer, the beer here, ooh. Which I'm not saying go drink if you're underage, because just because you're in the military, if any of you guys are watching, we still have to go by the rules here, 21 or up. But here it's like 18 years old, I think, and like 16, they can start smoking or something, but people still do it anyways. But I'm not saying that you should, because you shouldn't, because I know there's people watching. Don't do it. Okay, what is the next thing? Dislikes about Germany. Oh, my dislikes. When the weather is bad, it's freaking miserable here. Let's just be real. It's miserable. It's ugly. It can get so freaking cold, like in the negatives. You just want to off yourself. Not literally, but it can get pretty bad, and it's just very depressing. Another dislike is being so far away from home, because I'm basically like a half a day, I guess you say. So it's just hard when you're trying to talk to family back at home. Like, it's 10 o'clock at night here, and you know, my family in Virginia, it's 4 o'clock there for them, you know? So it's just kind of hard with all these different times and trying to communicate with your family. And then if things happen, it's hard to get a flight so fast just to go back to the States. So that's one thing that I dislike the most, is the distance between me and my family, because I'm a very family oriented person, so I definitely hate it. Another thing I don't really care for is Germans. Don't get me wrong, they can be very sweet. Some of them are very sweet and some of them just don't really care for us Americans, which I've encountered some of those, and that's fine. But they have a problem with personal space, my opinion. I don't know if a lot of people, they say that it happens to them, but I don't think they realize they're doing it. But I can be in the grocery store right here, and then the German will be up on me right here, and I gotta kind of say back up and give me 2 feet. I need my space. I have to have my bubble. I don't like people breathing in my face because that's germs. Ew. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I really don't like. Another thing, some of them are very masculine. Let's just put it that way. They don't like to wear deodorant. So it's just kind of like, oof. I don't like it. I've looked it up, and some people say, you know, men feel as a sign of masculinity of smelling, you know, or I guess not smelling to them, but, you know, we come from 2 different cultures, which is fine, you know, and, you know, it's just, I don't care for it. It just, oof, it smells so bad. Another thing that I kind of dislike is, oof, I think this has, the biggest one after being away from my family, is the house that I live in, which I'll get into that later. There's no AC. Let's just put it that way. There's no AC. So if you guys have seen any of my past videos, which if you guys are a new viewer, hello, welcome, subscribe. You won't be upset. In my past videos, I've had like 2 or 3 fans on me because it gets so hot. Even though that's basically just blowing the heat around. But I'm just like, I hate being hot. And here they don't believe in AC, which I don't know why. Because on post they have it. But I mean, it's kind of like the US when you're on post. So you're like the States. Well, no, they only have AC on post. They only have it in some of the buildings. Not in any of the housing, by the way. But it just gets so hot. So it's just like in the summertime when it does get really hot, instead of you fall asleep, you're passing out. Like literally, it's you sleeping in drawers, no draw. It TMI. I'm sorry, but that's how bad it is. Like now let's get into housing. I live off post, so I'm like really living, you know, the German life, I guess you could say. I'm in the economy. How a lot of how these houses are built, most of the time people, 2 families live in one house, which is my case for me. My landlords live downstairs and I live upstairs, and I guess you could just call it just a big apartment. And I've seen a lot of people can live upstairs from, you know, grocery stores, and it's just, that's just how they live here. So yeah, that's how it is. A lot of houses I've seen aren't very big at all. So when I got my house, well, my apartment, I was very shocked at the space that I had, because I actually have 1.5 bathrooms and, you know, a pretty decent sized living room, which I'm in right now, and a big kitchen. So I was really surprised about that. But I could say, like, living here, I don't really care for it, because really when it comes to this winter time in my family, I want my family to be warm. I should be able to walk around in my pajamas and not have to put on a sweater, a robe, 3 pairs of socks and all that stuff. But that's what I have to do here. Like, we literally have to have heaters in the room to keep us warm, because their so-called heating, it doesn't work at all. And I feel like it's horrible installation here. I'm just like, for some of these people to have, for the Germans to have, you know, all this technology, all this and that, like, what's up with building your houses? Like, that's not good. I shouldn't have to feel cold walking out of my bedroom, walking to the bathroom. Like, my feet freaking freeze. Like, it kind of pees me off when I think about it. That's why I just thank God I'm leaving. So that's a big thing that I do not care for. And another thing here is just like the heat stays in. You know what I'm saying? Like, during the winter time, the cold stays in. And, you know, you barely feel heat. And then when it's hot outside, the heat stays in. And I'm just like, how do you people do it? You know? But yeah, that's how I live. But I mean, I'm not gonna say it's bad, because I've seen people living so much worse, looking like they just came out of what? So I mean, Germany, they don't got their bad areas, but they got their raggedy areas too around here. So yeah. Oh, another thing I have to say, which I think is pretty awesome about Germany, is the fact that living where you are, it is so easy to get places. Like anywhere you want to travel, you're usually never more than 3 hours away from that place. Like being here, it's like, who can say I lived in Germany? Like that's just so unique to hear an American say that. You know what I'm saying? Like for military, maybe not so much, but kind of so too, because not all military comes over. They usually stay in the States. But it's just the fact you could say that I was here, and you could travel so many places. For me, I regret the fact that I did not travel a lot because, you know, I came here single, young, straight out of high school. So I was just having fun partying, because here partying starts at like 10 o'clock and don't end until 5 in the morning. And when I say you be turned up, you be turned up. So yes, but those days are over. But yeah, when I got here, I was single. That's all I was really about. And, you know, just having fun. I mean, living life like everybody should do. You should live life. That doesn't mean you're being fast. You're just living life and just being happy and taking what life is, you know? So, yeah, that I totally got off what I was thinking about since I got into that. But what was I saying? Yeah, I'm sorry guys, being, you know, from different areas, because, you know, I've been to Budapest, which is freaking beautiful. I've been to Florence, Venice, and I forgot what the other city was called in Italy, which Italy is amazing, and they're just so sweet there. And oh my god, their Gucci stores, everything, like where everything originates from, it is just so amazing. Like I brought some good stuff from Italy. So yeah, that was definitely a big plus. But I think my next question is for myself is things I took for granted from being in the States. When I say you come over here, you don't realize all the things you really take for granted every single day. Like one thing, being able to walk in and talk to people about, you know, your bills and things like that. Because, you know, like if something's wrong, you know, you can go to, say you go to Sprint, you could talk to them, they can explain everything to you. Here, not really the case, because everything that you do is through Germans. And so what I don't understand is the fact that if you know that Americans are coming over here and it's an American post, why would you not have translators? Why would you send me freaking bills in German? Like, I'm freaking American. Why do I need to learn German? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one big thing that I definitely took for granted. The fact that everything closed here so early. Usually by, I'll say 7:30, 8 o'clock, everything is closed. Like literally on post and off. Because, you know, the Germans have to live on post because, you know, partnership and all that. But yeah, everything's closed. And on Sundays, everything is closed because they don't believe in working on Sundays. What's another thing? Euros and dollars. When I say euros can break your pocket, it don't matter how much money you got in the world. When somebody says $25, I'm like, oh, $25? That's not bad at all. But 25 euro? That's $35. Grandma said that's $40 all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot. Like, the stuff, it really can break your pockets. And like, what else is it? Being able to really shop at a mall. Like, granted, yeah, they have some malls here, but you gotta really travel to get to those malls, and they're not really like malls like we're used to, you know? So you definitely take that for granted. Fast food restaurants, yes, they got Burger King here, they got Taco Bell, they got Pizza Hut, McDonald's, but it don't taste the same as the States. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could taste it, you could taste the difference. It's not the same at all. So you definitely take that for granted. And like I already said, you just take for granted being able to see your family every day and just being able to talk to them and just be able to do the simplest things. Just being able to go out in the middle of the night. If you just like, dang, I can't sleep, let me just go to Walmart. Nope, can't do that here, you know? Just the smallest things are just the biggest things at the end of the day. And like being here, it really did open my eyes. Yes, I've learned, I've seen, I've made mistakes, all that stuff. At the end of the day, it's just like, this has made me so much more humble and more grateful, because this just shows like even more stuff that other people don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like going without it, with the things that I can have in the States but I don't have here. It's hard, but I mean, of course you adjust to it, but it's it's just a learning experience, and I would say that my experience here was wonderful, and I'm just glad that it is starting to come to an end because I'm ready to be home with my family. But this is my life in Germany, guys. I mean, it was just something simple, a quick few questions. I just wanted to let you guys know how I was living, how things are, and if you guys ever get a chance, yes, come and visit Germany. It is a beautiful place. It's wonderful. People can be very sweet to you and treat you very well. So yes, and that is all for now. So as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. Let the world know who I am, who we are, because you know I do this for y'all. Well, and for me, because I just love doing it. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.